It's part of the family, the workers, and the family income has increased, or they increase the capacity of buying in 40%. These are elements that consolidate our economy with its own strength. This is not an economy made of paper. It's an economy that is a reality, a true economy. I have insisted in extending and prioritizing the national credit. I ask for your support. Here are all of the economic sectors of the country. I greeted the ministers and the officials of the economic entities of the country, our fellow mate Dagoberto, ambassador of our sister nation of Cuba, Cuba and Venezuela, always united. We will triumph and build a new world. I want to greet the workers and the working class, the peasants, the fishermen, and their organizations, their strength, their social strength, powerful strength. And also I want to greet the presidents of the national banks, public and private banks here present. Greetings for the representatives of the chambers and Federation of Businessmen, Orlando Camacho, Adam Selim Michelena, President of Fede Cámaras, Luis Pichella, President of CONI Industria, Juvenal Arbeláez, President of the Venezuelan Chamber of Industry and Food, Aital Segundo Tencio, President of the National Association of Supermarkets, and Eduardo Bianco, President of the Industrial Association of Meat, Angelina Velázquez, Executive President of the Venezuelan Association of Five Stars Hotel, also the President of the Association of Graphic Arts. A lot of Italian last names here. Carlo Palumbo, Executive Director of the National Association of Refreshing Drinks. Also, Francisco Tagliaprieta, President of the National Federation of Poultry Farming, Tito Lopez, President of the Chamber of Pharmaceutical Industry, the President of the Venezuelan Chamber of Electronic Trade, so important, because we have reached a level of electronic exchange of 94%, which means that those times in which they hide it from us money are overcome, and today the Venezuelan population has electronic systems of trade exchange, collecting and paying, which facilitates the trade activity and the economic activity of the country. These are elements that we need to continue to structure and are part of the economic strategy to become stronger in the internal economy, but also strengthen our links with the world economy. It's essential to strengthen ties with the inversionists. the investors. The whole world knows it. North to south, east to west. In this earth, everybody knows that Venezuela is a land beneficial for investment, everything, tourism, petrochemical, iron, steel, aluminum, gold production, and so on. Great investments are in talks and have been signed and will be concreted in this year, 2025. International investments. But also we need to insist to advance in a process of substituting in an integral way imports. We need to preserve our national economy. The currency system, because the foreign currency produced by our country require a lot of efforts from us. You might say that I'm exaggerating, but I'm talking about the country, not the state. And the foreign currency produced by the country has to be updated in its usage for investments and for a stable functioning of the exchange system of Venezuela. And for that purpose, we need a lot of strength and to be focused on a process of substitution imports with high quality production. That is why I have signed an amount of measures to protect the national enterprises, national industry, whether it's private or public, and benefit it and accompany it in any sense, so that this process people from the economic board, the Minister of Industry has a lot to do with this task. Alex Moran, and he's president of the International Center of Investment, International Center of Productive Investment. And he's in charge of the development of our industry to substitute imports. And when we provide credit for the entrepreneurs, they don't need to buy abroad what they can buy here for their commercial or productive activities. These are elements that we need to improve and in some cases correct, and are part of the economic trajectory of our country. We need to improve and recover these sectors that have to do with the production and also with the Minister of Mine. It has to do with the Ministry of Finances and a special benefit we need to provide to the entrepreneurs of Venezuela to encourage them to produce. It has to do with the exporting will. We cannot left up behind. There's a little bit of everything in life in general, but in the economic field, there are real forces that grow and boost, but also there's a great importance in planning to foresee the sector that has to be strengthened and that needs growth. And we need to combine both energies, the energy that we could call the spontaneous forces of the economy that are growing and need support, and what we need to encourage and improve truly. That is why I have created this Ministry of Foreign Trade in the precise moment that the exporting will of Venezuela needs to be strengthened, and the exporting sector in which we have been working for several years, talking we have been reflecting for several years to build the path. The markets are well defined. The paths exist, and the first high-quality products are wanted in the world, the products that we are producing. Now we need to set the strategy to extend and consolidate that production and those markets, step by step. Something well done. This must be, as the economy itself, diversified markets. It's a matter of common sense, because it seems that common sense is more important today. I like that word. Common sense to do it. If you produce a factory of nails, and you produce 100 nails, make high quality nails, but if you want to export them to Colombia, do so, and there you develop that sector. It's a common sense, something simple for the export politics, and I have expectations on the great team we have built with the Minister of Foreign Trade, Karamoto Godoy, and the whole team and the institutions that have opened the road for a new exporting era that generates foreign currency for Venezuela. A good team and good planning to be able to move forward in each aspect. So something that is very important, we have talked, First Vice President, of the development of the industry of hydrocarbons. We were visiting the stands, and we could confirm the policy of integral development of hydrocarbons has been successful in another occasion. Unfortunately, this industry has suffered from sanctions and conspiracies. But I'm a man of the streets. I'm a worker. You know that in social media in the world, there's a brutal permanent campaign against me. Let them deal with their lies, with their campaign, but you must know that anybody which is the head of a place of public responsibility is under oath to serve our people, our country, in an honest way with ethics and You must know it by the experience you have lived. For example, in PDVSA, we have heard your slogans, cleansing in PDVSA. You must know that you, the workers, the business people of the country, and the people of Venezuela must know that I am the first combatant in the battle against corruption, against mafia, against conspiracies. And I don't hesitate, no matter who it is, no matter who falls. That's how it is. Always loyal. Luckily, right now, I can say with full knowledge and trust, today we have a powerful team of people that are capable, honest, and have capacity to direct the development of the new stage of the industry of hydrocarbons, to direct our oil industry that have been recovering with its own efforts, technologies that came from the knowledge of the workers. The oil industry during the month of January has reached a production of 1,057,000 barrels of oil, and we are headed to a bigger goal. In the same way the gas industry has been recovering, we suffered an attack in the production and distribution of gas last year, a terrorist attack that affected several regions of the country. It was recovered, and this year we're going to growth in gas production to a great extent for national production and to export as well. In the same way, this year the new investments are going to be carried out in petrochemicals, and I have appointed a new president of Pequiven. A man has full knowledge of finance and investment, Bachelor of Arts, Roman Bonilla, that has been appointed as president of a new team, always counting on the working class. So I would like from the minister, the head of the economy, executive vice president, and minister of the Popular Powerful Oil, who is the leader of this capable team ahead of the development of this new stage of hydrocarbons. Thank you, President. In the framework of the plan that you propose, precisely we are creating a new Ministry of the Popular Power for Hydrocarbons, directed to consolidate the policies directed not only to oil, in which we obviously have a plan for its growth that we are executing, but also the development of gas for the national industry, for the national living, for power supply, which is essential for thermoelectric power plants, the gas for industry, which has allowed us to carry out great achievements, and essentially petrochemicals. Gas for the petrochemical industry must be a goal for this year 2025, in addition to national consumption and industrial consumptions required by the industries. Also, as you have said, gas for export. The fact that Venezuela is able to export gas, it's a dream for the Venezuelan people, since we will be not only exporters of oil but also of gas, and great alliances and investments have been achieved with enterprises recognized internationally for the integral development of everything abroad. So we are on the path of an exporting Venezuela, exporting of gas, and of course the development of the system of refining oil. We are in the process of recovery of this system that will allow the national oil supply demanded by our economy that demands oil and water, and the development of petrochemicals that is required for the national living, and to boost industries in, for example, in the matter of plastics. So your vision is recovering the industrial capacities of Venezuela in all fields, and the hydrocarbon engine boosts these areas in the economy. So the plan is clear, and we will execute it for this year 2025 with a powerful Ministry of the Popular Power for Hydrocarbons, a new structuration of the executive capacities to be able to carry out this plan and its execution. These are elements that this National Council of Economy and I hope that I get proposals and ideas soon about these components that we have talked about. First of all, the substitution of imports. Last year, there were imports in the country of over $5,000 million, non-oil related imports. I want to greet the president of the Central Bank of Venezuela. How much of those 11,000 million can we produce here and generate that wealth here and invest it in productive sectors? For example, Luigi, Orlando, Adam, among others. We have there an investment. We have been reactivating the plan of the steel industry, but to concrete this plan, we are making some calculations, but it's incredible how much we have advanced, and we will continue to advance next week. And the director has all of the data. We need national investors to build together the great steel industry, which is going to be the greatest steel plant of Venezuela, and we can carry out this in less than 2 years. I expect for the proposals of this country in the field of substitution of imports. I expect for proposals of this National Council of Economy to be more efficient in the development of the export will, and I expect from proposals of this National Council of Economy to develop a tourism that generates foreign currency, a new model of tourism. For example, international investors want to acquire the best benefit. We have the entire project. This is something that you build and you invest in a certain field and you have a capacity of recovery. And I make this something of public knowledge because it's necessary. We have advanced from a technical point of view. We need to integrate the efforts of the national capital, the productive capital, along with the international capital that has come and has signed contracts. 6 years ago, we were proposing these things, and many people believed that it was impossible. It's not impossible. We have the tools to do it. We have the capacity to do it. One of the greatest goals or achievements was developing our economy out of the fascist war. Let's not allow that any political sector, national or international, turns our economy into that corrupted battle that damage our nation. We are free of that, so that's where our National Council of Productive Economy, rectors, ministers, this great team that we have built with action capacity. I ask you for proposals to boost the path of substitution of imports, the building of the exporting will, and improve all of the fields of our economy. For example, we need to review and carry out a renewal of all of the trade agreements of Venezuela with the world to adapt them to this new stage. And Venezuela increases its benefit capacity. A lot of the agreements that were carried out were not beneficial for the country. And so as I propose something, I'm proposing another one. I said it there in the stand of the hydrocarbons. Here's my wife, Celia Flores, First Lady of the Republic. Here, present, elegant, and beautiful. I debate all of these issues with Celia. She has an analysis capacity and a common sense that is incredible. And there in the stand of the hydrocarbons, I proposed something that you must say if I'm correct or not. It's a national proposal because we need to focus on talking and dialoguing and debating on the issues that are important for the development of the country. We need to move on and leave the threats and the conflict behind. It is necessary to focus on the integral development of the country, and in this case, the development of the great economic transformation for the well-being of the population. And I have proposed something that will force us to think otherwise. Venezuela is part of the energy equation of the world. Who's going to take us out of it? Nobody. But as I'm saying this, I also say to the country and to the producers and the business people, the workers, to all of the youth, I say Venezuela must have an economy that allow us to overcome the oil dependency that we have had during these last 20 years. And we're able to do it. And the wealth produced by the hydrocarbons, gas, oil, will be something complementary for the development and an economic support for investment in the upcoming years and decades. It's a great change, a great transformation, and a structural transformation of the country. It's for the country that is it's going to be left to you, young men and women, entrepreneurs. Your country must be a diversified country, self-sustained country, an independent country with a new economic structure where we are part of the energy, the world energy equation. And we don't depend anymore on those resources. Some might say Maduro is insane. I am not insane about that. That's our path. How much time will it take? I was asking to Wilmar Castro Soteldo the same when we launched 5 years ago the great mission Agro-Venezuela. We were facing the pandemic. How long will it take to produce in Venezuela? We don't know. But if we don't start, we will never reach the goal. How long does it take to occupy full space with petrochemical and gas sovereignty in the world energy equation in a win-win game? How long does it take to build an independent country and our country that it's able to work in a stable and productive way without depending on hydrocarbons? I want your opinions, but I can assure you that my absolute opinion is that we will achieve it. We're on the right path of a new economy, a new model, and I ask to the National Council of Economy for more proposals.